Hi there everyone. Today we're going to look at something that they use in football a lot, created by the Belgium international team called the Belgian box. So in hockey we often talk about the Aussie box. Probably a lot of teams still use it for warm-ups. This is something you can do in training for dribbling skills or just passing skills, looking at that first touch and just something a bit technical. So it's not something I do regularly because I prefer to do it a bit more game-based, a bit more fun, a bit more real, but it's nice to throw in now and again. So there's going to be two videos on this. This is the passing variation, and then look out in the future for variation 2. Well, I hope you like it. So how does it work? You set up a small square and then a bigger square, and that's essentially all you need to do for the Belgian box. The second video, there'll be a few more cones, but for this is all you need. So pretty quick to set up, and your players can also just quickly set this up with little explanation. You're going to pop a player on each cone, and to start off with, it's really important, just do it really slow, really basic so they understand the pattern. But essentially we're going to be playing up this channel and down this channel. So the ball's going to get played in here, back and across. When it gets to the other end of this channel, we're going to play it across to the other channel, and again all the way to the back player. Then they're going to drop it off, play it to the corner, and then because we've reached the end of the channel, play it back. So that's the movement. Okay, so obviously that's not very exciting, something you just need to do to get the fluency. Just run it a couple of times round so they start to get the idea. So you're going to want to progress it very quickly. The most simple one is following your pass. It just becomes a little bit more dynamic, but still not very interesting, but essential for them to just get the fluency and just know where the ball is going. And then start to talk to them about a bit more game related plays and ideas. So let's imagine this is, say, a right back, and we're playing it into one of the pivot players. It could be a double pivot, a screen, whatever you call it. So played it in. Why would a player pass it back is the question I would ask my players. Well, hopefully you'll get the fact that there's been pressure. The pressure from the opposition, they've pressed this player. We're playing out from the back, so we are not going to turn, essentially, unless it's really obvious and really on. We're probably going to just pass it back to either one of my other pivotal players or one of the centre backs. So what do we want to do to encourage this player to make this decision? Pre-scan. Have a quick look over their shoulder. So when this ball comes in, just start getting this player to check their shoulder and then play it back. So we're checking their shoulder, assuming the pressure's on, so they're just offloading the ball, just recycling that ball out. The other thing you could do is make these 4 players play one-touch hockey and make these 2 take 2 touches. So when it comes in, one touch out, then touch to receive, put the ball where you want it to go, and then pass it off. So that's the progression 2. Just makes it a bit more game related and get them to follow their pass. So they're all practicing that, looking over their shoulder and practicing their one-touch and two-touch skills. So you could do this as a pre-match warm-up, or just before the session starts, just to get their stick skills going. So progression 3, 2 balls. So when there's 2 balls, you're going to have to dribble the transfer, especially if they follow their pass. So for example, here we go. So 2 balls coming in, then they're going back there and they're following their pass each time. So you can see now in this position, there's no one to pass to. So the only thing you have to do is dribble across and you get back to the start. 2 balls, obviously, if you have highly skilled players, it's going to be fine. If you've got low ability players, the balls are going to go all over the place. So you only progressed when your team is ready for this. There's no harm in trying it. What I would say is, as a coach, you can stand here and just reset it yourself, or you could say to them, right, it's going to break down. I want you guys to take ownership. So before you make that pass, look up, pre-scan in the corners. Is it on, or do you now need to shout reset? But really take ownership of the exercise themselves, especially if you're running 4 of these simultaneously because you've got large numbers. That's important. If you've got more than 8 players, that's great. That just makes it easier. And you're going to put the players in these corners, opposite corners. It could be these 2, it doesn't matter. But it's wherever the ball starts from, essentially. And then you can pass. You don't have to dribble because there will be someone waiting here all the time. Progression 4 4 balls and dribble. So, you know, that's you need high level players, or it might be a bit of fun. It might fail all the time, might get a few giggles, have fun training, and that's what it's all about, right? So in the next video, we're going to look at a different rondo with more people, but more dribbling. So look out for that one. I'll probably make it in the next few days or so.